So like, what if I walk in like all dramatic and then just sit here like a YouTuber apology video or something? Yeah, you might be wondering, what is this video? It is my triumphant grand return to content creation on this channel again. Why no books? I'm just down in my sewing studio right now. I did just kind of want to come on, say hi, say that I am getting ready to upload more content on this channel, talk about where I've been, what I've been doing, and why I took like a very long, unexpected break from this channel, the internet, content creation as a whole. I will just mention I have not filmed long form content like this in a couple years, so just bear with me as I'm not like looking at myself, where my camera lens, all that stuff, so please just be kind. I abandoned this channel kind of without warning. It had been like almost 2 years ago. I think it might have been 2022, and so I just left. It was not a deliberate decision in stopping content creation, and I'll get into that a little bit. I will talk a bit about mental health and stuff in this video. I'm not going to get super into it, so don't think it's going to get crazy dark or anything, but if that's something that you're not comfortable discussing or listening to someone talk about, I will return and make lighter content. But I do want to talk about where I was, what I've been doing, and all that stuff. No, it was never my intention to just straight up abandon another YouTube channel. And I say another one because if you have been kicking it with me on the internet for a minute, I had a makeup beauty channel. That was my eyeshadow is odd. And I uploaded there since I was like 18. And I'm 35, so it's been a minute. And yeah, I had that channel and decided to quit that just for personal reasons. Beauty wasn't my main interest anymore. It was still interesting, but I didn't care for the community there. And then I switched over to BookTube, and I will just say that I've absolutely loved it. Stopping content was not a dislike for the community whatsoever. I made a lot of really good friendships, connections, opportunities come my way, like both book cons that I went to, a lot of like invites for certain things, companies wanting to work with me and stuff like that. It was really, really fun, really, really exciting. And then obviously the community that was built here, in my comments and lives and things like that. Just know that at the time that was more meaningful to me than I think I'm able to even express now. It was definitely my safe sort of haven away from like shit that was actually going on in my real life, which I'll get into. I always loved it here, and it was never my intention to just be like, see ya, bye, without any sort of explanation. But I will give you an explanation as to sort of where my mental state was at. When I did leave, I think I had mentioned that I quit like a major job of mine at the time. That job, without getting too into it, crushed my spirit into the ground, destroyed my sense of self completely. At the time, I didn't know. I do now. So if you want a round of applause, yeah, I have ADHD. Yeah, I'm autistic. Yeah, I have massive amounts of childhood trauma and complex PTSD. Woo! In trifecta of just amazingness to work through. And right after I quit that job, I got some much needed intense therapy, EMDR, all that jazz. I'm not going to get super intense into that, but if you know, you know. J-Lo, it is not easy stuff to pull yourself through. And for years, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, for years, and still continuing, it is not easy to figure out who I actually am without influence of other people, without thinking through a very traumatically damaged brain. I'm figuring out a lot of new coping skills, a lot of new things about myself, how I like to function. It's not easy even day to day now. Those kind of big three discoveries, the ADHD, the autism, the PTSD, all of that combined resulted in a lot of fractures in relationships. Everything's good with me and Jeff, my husband, so just want to make that clear. In that, I did cut ties with a lot of people in my life who were not serving me well, who damaged me in various ways. And then throwing in all that other stuff, it was not great. The job that I had was like kind of, at the time, sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, and it was a moment where I realized that like I was going into work and I was losing 8-hour chunks of time and not knowing how I got home. Like that's how bad the depersonalization kind of got. In that, I was creating a lot of content for YouTube. In that, I was reading my absolute ass off, which I loved. I loved reading. I don't remember shit about what I read, if I'm being completely honest. I was using reading as a pure form of escape. It got a little bit less of like, I'm doing this for fun and I'm doing this as the only thing that my physical body can handle me doing right now, and is also a complete mental escape. So it got damaging. All that came to a massive head, and yeah, I kind of had, let's get real without kind of, again, I don't like the term sugarcoat, but I had like a full mental break. Like that's not a joke. And have been building myself up and my self-confidence back up, and like I said, wading through, am I the way that I am because of this or this or this or this or this, and that's not fun. And it was, now I can look at like certain situations and sort of have the tools to kind of break that down. But when things got to the peak of it being really bad and like life detrimental, without being too dramatic, it was second by second, just brain on fire, could not function. And so there was no room for me to come on and be any kind of a fucking person, let alone a person who made content, a person who fucking did anything. Like it was just simply needed to wipe slate totally clean. It was not a deliberate decision. And then like as time went on, like in came the guilt too. It was like, oh, the guilt of like, I'm leaving this channel. People are always asking, where are you? We miss you, which I love. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate anybody who reached out on the various sort of platforms, Instagram mostly, that I was able to kind of pop in and do updates and stuff here and there. I didn't go completely dark is what I'm saying, but and I thank people who kind of have followed me throughout that sort of gap, who have sent me really nice messages and all that stuff, slid in my DMs and whatnot. I really appreciate that, but it did add on a little bit to sort of the pressure of, I have this thing that I need to return to, but I don't know how. I don't know if people are going to enjoy me trying to figure my shit out now, because it's really hard when you make content and people, my earrings are, and people consume little snippets of you, to then take a break and then come back and go, okay, I feel like a completely new person. You guys are seeing me as the same person, just in a different time. I think that's really hard for people, and I can't go back and watch my old videos because I'm like, oh, that's not me at all. Like it's me, a version of me, but not me now. It's really kind of trippy for me to go back and watch. And so that's hard because it's like, then it's, you want to go, I want to go back and look at stuff that was doing well or was successful that people liked when I read or talked about, or the video ideas that I presented. And then in a way, I almost wanted to delete every video on this channel and start completely fresh. That's a mind trip. Just saying all that is kind of tricky, and so that's why it's taken me so long to figure out how I wanted to come back, what I wanted to say, how open I wanted to be, how much of my life I kind of wanted to share with people, and sort of the direction of where things were going. Because if I'm being completely frank and honest, I have not read cover to cover a book in 2 years. I haven't bought a book in 2 years. I haven't kept up with what new books are coming out. Haven't consumed that at all. It was almost like I needed to fully pull myself away from that hobby to gain any sort of understanding of like what it was about it that I enjoyed. And so I'm gotten to that point now. So just letting y'all know, will I be reading the newest stuff? Probably not. Will I be kind of keeping up with the sort of trends? I don't even know what they are. I haven't really even watched BookTube in that time that I've been gone. I've been consuming a lot of other stuff. And yeah, so so I think the direction I kind of want to take this is the direction that I've been taking my life, trying to just figure stuff out. And I'm letting myself be my creative self. I think I think it's not lost to most of you who did watch me years ago that, like, yeah, I am a creative person, I have creative ideas, but I sort of fell into a little bit of, this is what I want to do because I think that this type of video, this type of content is going to be well received. Not to say I'm going to make like controversial shit that's not going to be well received. It's just I want to spend more time in the niche. I like niche stuff. I like people who can show me the niche, and if it's something that I like and I can tell that someone's passionate about it, those are the people that I like to watch, regardless of what the hobby or what they're talking about is. And so I kind of want to tap into that, kind of going back into books and how I want to present the fact that this is still a book channel. I'm not going to present things as a lifestyle, like that sort of played with my in my mind as well, was like, am I gonna come back and be like a lifestyle person? A lot of YouTubers hit their 30s and they're like, here's my kids, here's my house, here's my farming, here's, you know, here's my lifestyle stuff. And that's not to say I won't include things about my lifestyle. I just think that I want to sort of take an inspiration from a singular book and then let myself run with that. So it's not going to be, hey, I'm going to read 37 books in a month. I love that. I love that I could do that at one point. I love people that do that. But I don't think that's what I can do right now. I think I need to take time with one book, let the hyper focus of that book consume my soul, be inspired by it, and then share with you the inspiration that that book has provided me on all the other elements of my life. Because I'm realizing, like, I love reading Stephen King. I love reading stuff. I am due for a reread. That was one of my favorite things that I ever did on this channel, was the Stephen King Sundays and reading everything. But even in those videos, I remember wanting to get deeper, wanting to do more, wanting to do more about things, but not really knowing that I'm like, oh, are people going to be interested? If I make like 7 videos about Carrie, I'm like, well, why not? Yeah, maybe they will. If it's what I want to do, I'm gonna go do it. So I think that's kind of more the direction that I want to take. So you might see more vlog style a little bit, but more of like artistic vlogs. Like I've read Carrie and now I'm crocheting a sweater for 100 hours inspired by it. I read Carrie, here's my fashion outfits for the week that inspired me, and this is why, pulling inspiration from the book, alongside here's my review of the book. So I'm gonna let myself do that. And I hope that everyone's gonna be along for the ride. And if you're wondering, why Stephen King? I just fucking like it, okay? I just like it. And that's not to say that there's not other books that I will read. I'm not gonna, I used to have critiques on other people. I used to be a hater and say, why are you making Stephen King your whole personality? Fuck it, like, why not? If it's what's interesting me right now and it's what's going to actually inspire me to pick up one of the 6,000 books that are in my house, let's do it, because I need to. Not that I need to, but like I want to, and I want to. I don't need to consume more in. I need to enjoy what I have and then purge that out. Does that make sense? That's kind of where we're at with that. I hope that everyone has done well. I will answer questions as best I can. I would need to figure out how to fucking edit again. So, like I said, work with me. And I'm excited to get back into a community that I enjoy, because it was fun, and that was the best part of it, was community. And I miss it. I don't have it anymore. I've been kind of isolated from everything, like big wall up, just because I needed a big wall up to protect my soft new goo. That is me. That's one thing I will say. I'm more emotional than I ever have been, so if I like fucking come on here and cry, then great. I'm just way more sensitive than I ever have been, so be nice to me, because I fucking can't take it. No, but that's kind of where I'm at. And so I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm excited to come back and share with you this, but healthier this. So much healthier, with more understanding, I think. Yeah, so I hope this video was not super all over the place. I did not really come up with a plan. I did, and then I didn't. I did in the sense that I was like, I'm gonna film, I'm gonna do it this way. And then I literally, I'm not kidding, guys, I have talked to my therapist about my return to this channel for like 6 months. Yeah, so if you ever wanted to talk, if you want me to talk about my concerns and things about content creation, we can get into that. Anyway, that's it. Let's stop there. I don't know really what to ask in the comments other than how is everybody doing? How has the last 2 years treated you? And tell me honestly, tell me some, and I hate tell me it's just some positive shit, please. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's like I looked outside today and saw a cool cloud or something, like whatever. Just tell me something good that has happened in your life that you're happy about in the comments if you've watched this far. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I'm excited to be, and I hope that y'all like that. So that's it. That's all she wrote. That's all she read, which was nothing. She said nothing.